Let's start with a hard fact. In the US, the average retirement age is about 62. For men, it's closer to 65. And here's the part that most people don't expect. Even at 65, nearly 30% of Americans are still working, not because they want to, it's because they have to. So if retirement is the goal, why do so many people never actually reach it? Most people follow the same plan. They work, save, and wait. And on paper, it sounds responsible. But look at the data. Americans aged 55 to 64 right before retirement, most have less than $25,000 saved, and a large portion have nothing at all. After decades of work, that's not a discipline issue. That's a structural problem because saving alone does not create freedom. It only protects what you already earn, and slowly. This is why people feel stuck. Even when they did everything right, they save, they stay consistent, they sacrifice, yet the finish line never seems closer. Here's a simple example. Save $500 a month for 30 years, a solid 7% return. You end up with about $600,000 to $700,000. Sounds good? Wait until retirement. Using a 4% withdrawal rate, that's about $24,000 to $28,000 per year. That doesn't replace income. It barely covers basics. So what happens? People retire, but still have to work part-time. They still have to sell hours, still depend on time. That's not freedom. That's a pause button. Here's a cycle most people will never see. Income is tied to time. Time is limited. Savings grow slowly. Inflation keeps moving. Even when you're responsible, your timeline barely changes. That's why retirement keeps getting pushed further out, because retirement isn't an age. It's math. Real retirement is simple. It's the moment your life requires less work than your system produced. That's it. Not 65, not Social Security, not hope. If your expenses are $60,000 a year and your system produced $60,000 without your labor, you're free. If they don't, you're not. Age doesn't decide. Structure does. Now let's talk about it. What actually shortens the timeline? Real examples, no hype. Example 1, income leverage. If you earn $70,000 a year and save $7,000 per year, you're likely looking about 35 to 40 years. But if you increase your income by $20,000 and invest the difference, you can cut 10 to 15 years off the timeline. Same discipline, different leverage. Example 2, lower required burn. If your lifestyle needs $80,000 per year, you're going to need massive assets. But if you redesign your life and you only need $50,000 a year, you immediately shrink the finish line by over 35%. That's not deprivation, that's strategy. Example 3, cash flow changes the clock. This part matters. Most plan focuses on net worth, but net worth doesn't buy time. Cash flow does. Here's the difference. $800,000 invested at 4% produces $32,000 per year. Very helpful, but that's not freedom. Now compare that to $4,000 per month in steady cash flow. That's $48,000 a year without touching principal. That person didn't retire. They reduce how much work their life requires. That's why some people regain time decades earlier. Even with less net worth, cash flow shortens the timeline before traditional retirement even shows up. Here's the quiet danger. Every year you delay building leverage, the math turns against you. Start at 25 instead of 35 and you gain a full decade. Start at 35 instead of 45. Now you need 2 times to 3 times the effort for the same outcome. Time decides either way, quickly or quietly. If this way of thinking feels different, it's intentional. TFL isn't about extremes. It's about understanding how money and time actually works together. You don't need perfection. You don't need to rush. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need clarity. This channel exists to help you understand the mechanics step by step so that you can design a path that fits your life. If that sounds useful to you, you're welcome here, and we build it one clear decision at a time.